How you doing today, Joe?
Let me tell you something, Deebo. Deebo, it's my time real quick.
Joe, the NFLPA, I don't know if they released it or who released it, but the report cards just came out, and the Dolphins rank first. And dude, the Steelers are worse this year on the survey. They got the locker room as a F minus. Yeah. It says players reported having only 5 bathroom stalls for the entire team. That is true.
Deebo, that's when I
you got to run upstairs.
Come on, man.
You get heavy. You got to go catch one before. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It said another one was the owners ranked last in the willingness to invest in the facilities.
Yes, that's because they got
the lowest ranked home field in the league by a wide margin. They said due to high school and college use leading to poor field conditions. That was another F minus. You got the strength coaches ranked last in NFL. That was another F. And then the training staff was actually first, though. I don't know if that grade is going to hold after, what transpired this year. But what do you think of these grades? Which ones you think are appropriate and which ones you think aren't of the...
I would say the one thing that I see here that's just glowing is that the locker room, F minus for sure. And when they state facts like 5 bathrooms, when we think about it, like that's just the way it was.
Right.
That's not okay. It could be 100 people in that joint at one time. You know what I'm saying? And people got to go and you got to go to get practice. And then with the showers, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a lot of them joints in there too. And then the locker room, when you walk in there, it's old, it's wood. It got your little name on the jump, but like when we look at it back in the day, I was looking at like culture. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, when you do look at it, it's like, nah, this is messed up. We need to have bathrooms available and like nice lockers. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason why it shouldn't be up to grade. And that old mentality of like, no. You get we have the requirements. It may not be as extravagant as you like it, but they have everything that you need. So, but the levels of the locker room, that's crazy. 5 bathrooms, when I'm thinking about it, that's kind of crazy. So
I never really counted it, to be honest, or paid attention to it, to be honest to you, because I'm like, all right, I know I'm going to go in there, scan real quick, see if all the feet on there, then I'm going to shoot straight upstairs to hope I get one of the 2 that's up there.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Take your shot on PrizePicks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving away $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss your chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Football season was great. Now time to switch gears to the second half of basketball season. We're rocking with LA right now. Luka and LeBron. More points, more threes, more rebounds. We hitting more. And with the new feature alert, PrizePicks now has early payouts. So if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on PrizePicks. With the new social feeds feature, you can share PrizePicks with friends and copy lineups with winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and play and fade our picks just on one click. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just download PrizePicks app today and use the code Deebo Joe to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That code is Deebo Joe to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Bruh, on the bathroom.
Yeah, the field is what it is. When you get late into that season, it gets poor. I don't think they switch it in and out. They don't, switch over the field long enough to replace it. And then sometimes they can't because of the time it takes for it to be able to cure and, seal down onto it. The strength coach ranked last. That's something right there, dude, that I think is it's more of a...
I don't, out of any of the ones, I don't really agree with that one. I think the strength coaches aren't. I think that I like them pretty good. They're more flexible they're just not going to give you exactly, everybody has to do the same thing. They're more to flexible to what you need. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say that the strength staff was better. I would go to field was probably like it is, I think, because a lot of people use it. The college teams, high school
Mhm.
teams, events are on it all the time. Quick turnover, and you got to get back out there. And that field is natural grass. So that's just gonna get beat up if somebody goes and use it a day or like a little couple days before you use it.
Yeah, I think with the strength coaches, the ranking, that's kind of on an individual basis, to be honest with you,
Hmm.
because if you want a real good strength coach, they need time, dude. And the
Hmm.
biggest issue of them needing time is a great strength coach is going to make his program to fit each person. It's going to be catered to that
That's
person's
what I was trying
body,
to say.
not
That's what I was trying to.
not to what they want to do. And a lot of
Hmm.
these guys, I think, didn't want to do the kind of lifting that they were doing over there. From what I was hearing, it was hard manual lifting. But the biggest thing that they have to understand is a strength coach is there to build strength. And I know if you're a good strength coach, you build and you cater to the person's needs that their body tells you they need, because you can't have an imbalance. And the
Hmm.
biggest thing is when you get a 10% imbalance in between muscles. So say my hamstring and my quad, if my quad is stronger by more than 10%, now it ups the risk of injury. Now, if you get into that 15 and higher percent, it's not about when. I mean, it's not about if,
If
it's
is
about when
when.
you're going to pull something.
Yes.
So people who pull their hamstrings a lot are quad dominant. They have a greater deficiency there that's causing the other muscle to strain in the effect of trying to, do what it needs to do.
Hmm.
Now, if they're able to go and do a body, maintenance or a body evaluation of each player and then make the program accordingly, then that's better. But when you have coaches that a lot of them, they build a program that's for each group. Now, that program
Yes.
for that group that week may be posterior based for your hamstrings and everything else. Well, this person is already hamstring dominant. They shouldn't be doing a straight three
Yes.
week hamstring
And
something. They need to be doing something for the quads.
thousand
But you
percent.
don't know that unless you get those measurements. So what you
Hmm.
do is when you get those measurements, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get something, and this is what I'm gonna have you focus more on so that I can close down that gap, that deficiency.
Hmm.
Then we reevaluate the body, later on, 3 weeks later, to see if we're closer within that 10% range.
Deebo, that is exactly right. That makes a really good strength coach. Because I'm saying the strength coach that you think's coming in there, everybody got to do the same thing. This is what we do. This is why we're doing it. No, 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 no. Each individual players, we're professional athletes here. We're here for a right reason. Some people's hamstrings need a little bit of work. Some people need a little bit more upper
Yep.
body stuff. So when you're able to cater to the individual athlete, that's what I think makes a really good strength coach. And when I was there, he did a good job with me of evaluating what I needed, what he
Yes.
felt I needed to get worked on,
Gimon was good at that.
and that's what we worked on. So I'm like, I don't know who was working on them, but I'm like, the evaluation is if they're doing that, I think that's a good strength coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
NFL said they will review the 2026 NFLPA cards leak. They're going to review the leak because they don't want their dirty laundry out there.
Yeah.
And the NFLPA may have, what do you call it? Accidentally leaked it. I don't know, however you want to call it. If they get caught, they're going to be caught. And that's it, and it's stupid to do it and make like it's a leak or whatever. But that's the NFLPA because they're trash, dude.
Hmm.
They're trash, and they have been trash since we lost Gene Upshaw 2008.